So we went to the movies, and I was doing fine. Then I started getting agitated. Um, I did have only one drink. It was mainly because it was my mom's birthday, and I just wanted to, have one drink. Now, I don't think it is the drink that made me agitated. I think brought back my agitation was the fact that, I was sitting in the movies and I was reminded of all the times that my ex and I would go to see movies, or even go to see movies with my mother. I'm just lamenting on the fact that I will probably never have that again. I don't know if she would ever want me back, but I'm trying not to think about that. So, moving on. And then, I tell this personal trainer who I kind of befriended, who goes to another Gold's gym, since that's the gym I go to. He goes to another one that was close to my ex's place. And, I was telling him my situation and, the fact that suicidal ideations are still there. I still wonder about it. And, tell him that I basically failed in my life. I really have. I'm back at basically the same paying job as I had in college. Making $10 an hour, maybe $3 an hour more, added on with tips, so maybe 13 an hour. And I'm just telling him, my frustrations and my lack of motivation to live. Like I'm trying to find motivation just through the art alone. And I don't know if that will ultimately save me. I keep thinking about that because, all these people keep saying I'm talented. All these people admire my skill set, but no one has offered me just any position to just earn some money. You want a talented artist, but you're not fucking employing one. Like, I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for a job. So, don't see how the art's going to help with that. And sure, I have 2 STEM degrees, but I have applied to hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs since end of 2020. I couldn't tell you how many jobs I submitted through Indeed, ZipRecruiter. I sent a few applications through LinkedIn. I really didn't use LinkedIn that much. I've even sent applications on the websites. Submitted applications for Apple, Samsung, nothing. And of course, when I ask some of the hiring managers, they just say there's a hiring freeze. Yeah, you guys are getting fucking billions in funding for building new plants. The fuck are you doing? Seriously, I have to wonder, where the fuck is that money going? Certainly not going to workers. Anyway, little mini vent there. So, talking with this trainer guy on Instagram, and he was telling me to just keep my head down and continue working hard. Well, how the fuck has that been going for me? Since 2013 and beyond was when I was in school, and then my schooling ended in 2020, and I didn't really see the fruits of my labor. Sure, I got money from my 6-figure job, but I didn't like it. I didn't see the value of my work. I just felt worthless, and I was actually pissed off that I was getting paid more to do almost nothing, versus when I actually worked and busted my ass, I got paid fucking shit. Like, that just pisses me off. I think that did also fuel my anger right there. It just made it worse. Anyway, this guy was suggesting I should get a second job. Yeah, second job. With what? My volatile schedule with this first job and work around that? No, thank you. I'm not going to deal with that fucking headache. I am done dealing with that headache. Like, do these people just not think? I have to ask. Also, here's a fun fact. In the city that I live in order for you to make ends meet, not really save, make ends meet, you need to make about $4,000 a month after taxes, which means you have to be making around $48,000 after taxes. Now, let's just assume that you're maybe within the, I'm trying to think, second or third tax bracket. you're gonna be taxed at least, I think, 22%. If I remember, 22 or 25%. So you'd probably be making somewhere in the ballpark of maybe between 60 and 65K before taxes, which comes out to about, 30 to $32 an hour. Not a lot of jobs around here are paying that for a physics or astronomy major, unless you go into data analysis, which, okay, but there are thousands of other people applying for the same position, so why should I just throw in my my name in the game when it's just not even getting recognized? I just don't see the value of just even trying anymore. I really don't. Will I still try? Sure, but nowhere near as hard. I don't expect anything. But like I said before, this is why that 2-year timeline sounds really enticing to me. That gives me enough time to figure my shit out, to try and better my mind, and better myself, and I guess, I don't know, get back out there, I guess. Who the fuck knows? I mean, hell, if I get a high caliber weapon, put it to my temple, or put it, like, in my mouth, pointed, like, up just where the brainstem is, there's no chance I would fucking miss. I would be amazed if I somehow woke up and survived that. Well, I said that in a weird way, but you get my point. But, right now I'm going back and forth on that. There's also a possibility of alcohol poisoning, but, again, there's that little voice that just tells me, oh, don't. Keep going. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know. I am just venting to you all because I have hardly anyone left to talk to. My one friend has his own life. He has adopted a child of his own. So he is basically off-grid now. Like, yeah, he's available sometimes, but not all the time. I have, a couple other friends who can hang out a little more often. But, that's it. I keep wondering why in every single relationship, if it ends, the guy just gets absolutely fucked. Like, the guy has no social safety net, probably ends up losing his job, basically ends up just losing everything. Like, why is that? Can I just not have a bigger social safety net? I'm trying. I'm making a couple of new acquaintances. They're not full-on friends yet because I don't fucking know them. Not to the extent that I would like to. Anyway. So that was an interesting conversation. Because, unless I'm getting 3 full-time jobs that pay $10 an hour, I am not living on my own. And even at $13 an hour, I would still probably need to have 3 full-time jobs earning $13 an hour for me to be relatively comfortable. Is that going to happen? No, because there's just literally not enough time in the week for me to do that. You need 56 hours of sleep, gives you 112 hours. If I'm working 3 full-time jobs at 40 hours a week, that's 120 hours. 120 hours greater than 112. So tell me how that's going to work. Hell, even 40 hours a week. You are left with 72 hours to split across basically 7 days. So you get about 10 hours a day. However, there's the commute, there is self-care, that's just required. So you're not really doing anything fun for about maybe half that time. So you get maybe 5 hours of time solely to you per day, which could be worse. But technology has progressed so far that we are still working 40 or more hours a week for hardly anything. Hell, I've heard of people working 80 hours a week. How the fuck are you still alive? 80 hours a week, you only have 32 hours of potential free time? And I'm not even talking about time for, just managing yourself, like going to the gym, eating, showering, all personal stuff to keep you up to basically maintain yourself. Sorry, I can't speak right now. I'm just so agitated. It's like, how are you surviving? 80 hours a week. You're going to stress yourself to death. Hell, my stress levels are so high that I actually start to feel it in my chest now when I get stressed out. So, probably might be a reason why at one point I would have to walk off a job, because I'm not stressing myself to death. I mean, maybe at this point it doesn't fucking matter, but you get my point. So anyway, my agitation came back tonight. I think I'm going to try to watch some Better Call Saul, since I still at least have Netflix. Yeah, I guess I'll just go to bed. Tomorrow I do get the license, so that'll be good. And then Wednesday I have therapy. Wednesday I'm also going to a, a live model drawing class. So basically they just have nude people there that you can draw, basically to practice anatomy. So I figured that'd be a good start for me to practice anatomy. And maybe I can learn a thing or two from some other professional artists. Granted, I'm probably going to see a lot of beginners there, fine, but maybe some of the professionals can give me some insight as to how to make my drawings more accurate. So, anyway, here's to misery, you know, living in hell, but still alive somehow. You know, they say, oh, when you die, there's heaven or hell. That's bullshit. It's all hell right here. Like, your death is heaven. There you go. You have nothing to worry about. There's nothingness. It's just, that's your heaven. So, sorry to disappoint. That's just my little spiel. Anyway, have a good one. I'll talk to you later.